Guys, let's talk about guns in Canada. The reclassification of guns in Canada. The one where they've just gone through the court and they've said that any gun that can automatically be loaded is classed now as a weapon of mass destruction and should be banned. These are guns that people have legally owned for years. Many years. Now the government have decided to say that something that you've owned legally is now illegal. They could do that with anything. They could do that with high-powered sports cars. They could do it with drones. I fly drones. They could pretty easily just say, hey, drones are illegal now. And my drones will be worth nothing. But they're doing it with guns. 100% doing it with guns. Let's listen to Tracy Wilson from the Canadian Coalition of Firearms. Let's see what she has to say on this. She's one of the people in the front line fighting for gun owners.
I mean, I think for all Canadians, whether you're a gun owner or not, or regardless of how you feel about guns, I think that for Canadians, we've now got the answer to the big question, which is, can the government, step into your life and just decide without any justification that something that you've legally owned and acquired and owned safely for decades without issue, can they just come and take it? And the answer is yes.
This should concern every Canadian. It's not just about firearms. This is about the government having too much power that they can take away anything that you own, like cranes. You could take away your crane. Oh, it's too high. Your crane's too high. Your truck. Take away your truck. Your truck's too big, too fast, it's too dangerous. You could drive it really fast, that truck, and so we're taking it away. You could. I know you don't, but you could.
We're gonna take it all the way, and it's not just about guns. It's about the fact that the government has this overreaching power without providing any evidence that it's for a justified reason. So this started out with 1,500 models and variants of rifles, and they called them assault-style firearms, which is not an actual term. By definition, if something is styled after something else, it is not that thing which it is styled after. So, excuse me, within there, of course, was the infamous AR-15, thanks to our friends down south and Hollywood and politicians. It's got a really bad rap, and a lot of Canadians didn't even know that we own them, but we've owned them in this country for over 60 years without issue. There's actually never been a single crime committed in Canada with a legally acquired AR-15. So, that one is perfect for political fodder because Justin Trudeau used it to hang around the necks of multiple conservative leaders, and it worked really well. But over time, that ban has expanded to encompass now over 2,000 models. And just recently in C-21, some legislation that's sitting in Senate committee as we speak, they attempted to add another, basically all semi-autos, which would encompass every single hunting rifle, everything. So this has become a big mess. They had to withdraw those amendments in disgrace and forget that last part of the ban, which they have promised to come back with. And of course, I would assume they'll probably use it as another election promise. They keep recycling it. But at the end of the day, these guns have been banned since May of 2020. And they just extended the amnesty for owners of those firearms to extend into October of 2025. So these are guns that Justin Trudeau deemed just too dangerous to be owned by the people who've owned them for 60 years. But they're so dangerous, we're forced to keep them for 5.5 years.
Yeah, that's crazy. These guns are so dangerous to own that you've got to keep them. And you know how long you got to keep them for? You got to keep them right up until the next election, when Trudeau's going to then start saying, oh, all these people have got these guns, we need to get rid of them. If you vote us in, we'll get rid of guns off the street because all these people have kept these guns for 5 years. When we banned them, none of them got rid of them. Yeah, I think the next election is going to be October or November 2025, because I think it's going to tie in with the time that they start pushing the gun law again and go against gun owners. Thing is, can they come into your house? Can they come and take your goods? Can they come and take your guns? Are they registered? Are these registered guns that they can just say, hey, so-and-so lives there, let's just go and take them? Because we can do that now, because the government says, yeah, you can take anything you want, because we're the government, we own everything now.
Well, and AR-15s were all registered, so yes, of course, that's the purpose of a registry, is for the government to be able to come and confiscate what you own. Excuse me, but many of the other firearms that were banned were not registered, so they have no idea who owns what. So clearly, there's no clear path for them to actually follow through with this. But what's upsetting to me is this is a clear indication that Canadians do not have property rights, and every single thing that you own is at the whim of the current government. And, Liberal supporters may be celebrating this, but just remember that when the pendulum swings the other way and the government that you don't support, the party you don't support is in government, then that also means the same for you. Mm-hmm. So I feel like this sets a precedent for Canadians. We think we live in a relatively free country, but with this kind of decision and the court backing up the government saying, yeah, you can do whatever you want to these people. There is no limits to the power of government. To me, that's a little concerning.
No limit to the power of government. That thought in itself is just scary. It's so scary. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that the government needs to be there to protect people and stop gun owners from owning guns, or stop you from owning a fast car, or stop you from owning a fast motorbike for your own safety, for the safety of Canadians? The government needs to step in all the time and say, hey, these things are bad. We're going to ban them. We're not only going to ban them, but we're going to come to your house, and after you paid your money to buy it, when it was perfectly fine to buy it, we're going to take it away from you. And you get no money or nothing back for it, because we've all of a sudden made that item, whether it be a gun, whether it be a fast car, whether it be a helicopter, whether it be a plane with too many engines, whether it be a toy that your child's playing with, we're going to take it away from you because we have the power to do that. That's scary government, that. Scary, scary government.
We hired the best legal team in the country. We spent about $2.4 million on this challenge so far, so we're not ready to put that down the drain. So we will be examining the decision at great length and looking for opportunity for an appeal. And we'll keep fighting this. We promised gun owners that we would do that, and in fact, we promised all Canadians. At the same time, if we can't find a court solution, then we'll look for a political solution. Because at the end of the day, this entire debate is nothing but pure political fodder.